Hello friends, I welcome you once again to my video series on software engineering and specifically this is on requirements engineering and management. I begin with a prayer from Rigveda. Come together, let us continue together, let us strive together, let us shine together, let us bear no ill will, let us. And this video is on requirements management through software development life cycle. Now, establishment of requirements is among the first activities in the software development life cycle, be it agile, be it SSADM, be it OOM, be it RUP, whatever. But the first thing is establishment of requirements. And requirements need to be managed through SDLC to ensure that all the customer requirements are included in the final deliverable, be it the end product or be it a single web page. We have to ensure that it is delivered. What is asked is what is delivered. And the industry follows different types of SDLC in practice. But whatever be the life cycle, the four phases are common. Requirements establishment, be it for a single web page or for a module or for the product. Requirements have to be established. It may take 1 hour or 1 month or whatever. Software design of the software for that page or for that module or for a subassembly or for the product itself, software has to be designed. Construction, coding and self-testing to ensure that yes, this is what I coded and it works. And testing to ensure that the claim that the product works is ratified, is proven. And any lurking defects are there which the programmer could not find will be uncovered. These four phases are common. At least in these four phases, we have to manage the requirements. Okay, if it is a single web page, we need not manage. But if it is a product, we need to manage. In the requirements phase, we establish the requirements for the project. We may do elicitation, we may do gathering, and we may analyze them, and then we may document them, we get them peer reviewed, and at the end get it approved and establish the requirement. This is what is done. And in the requirements phase, we also prepare a requirements traceability matrix, because through this we trace every requirement to its place in the product, in the construction and in the testing, but the test cases which tested it, so that the requirement is delivered fully as asked for. And in software design, the established requirements are the input for the software design phase, and the output is the design artifacts. We may add new requirements due to design constraints. The design may throw up some new requirements, especially in the ancillary requirements, or it may postpone some requirements, or it may modify some requirements, and we may totally drop some requirements because there is a technology limitation or time limitation or funding limitation. And the traceability matrix created in the requirements phase is updated with the new information, additional requirements, modified requirements, deleted requirements, postponed requirements. We update that and also show the pointers to the requirements which have been designed in the design artifacts. That is what we do. In the construction phase, construction of the software product realizes the requirements as designed. We just implement the design in the construction phase, and by realizing the design we also realize the requirements. And in this phase it is normal that majority of the change requests are received during the construction phase. At that point, the construction resources or people may find errors in design or find opportunities for improvement in the design, or they may find certain requirements not to be not possible to be implemented, and some requirements may have to be modified. So all these result in change requests, and sometimes the customers and the design people, marketing people, the stakeholders can raise certain change requests. So the change requests have to be handled in construction phase. How to handle change requests? We have a separate video on change management in requirements engineering. We have to use that. And the traceability matrix is updated by inserting information or the reference to the a specific artifact in which the requirement has been met. So that references are updated, and if any additional requirements are added, they will also be included and their references are added. And if any requirement is dropped or postponed, that information is also entered. All in all, the traceability matrix is updated. By the end of this construction phase, the traceability matrix is more or less complete. Some additional information comes in the testing phase, where the test case and test log information is updated in the traceability matrix. Testing phase ensures that all requirements are realized in the product and with quality, without any defect. That is what is the testing phase does for requirements engineering. Sometimes testing uncovers need for new requirements for safety, security, or other aspects. They may find a loophole in the security. They may find a loophole for intruder coming into the product and entering the product and causing damage. So it may generate a new requirement, especially in ancillary functionality. So that has to be plugged in. Similarly, in core functionality also, I have seen test cases coming up with new requirements to save time or improve the productivity of the users. Acceptance testing basically will ensure that all approved user requirements are implemented, and traceability matrix is verified by the customer or customer representative or end user representative to ensure that all requirements are really delivered. And traceability matrix is finally updated in the testing phase and verified in the acceptance testing phase. Installation and commissioning for large products. This also is a time-consuming and resource-consuming activity. When you are rolling out a ERP product or supply chain management product, or a customer relationship management product, or whatever product, or a financial credit card or that kind of package, or a banking package, it takes time. And in this, the requirements are taught to the end users, how their requirements, how they are performing the business operations in the present system, and how that changes in the new system, and how their requirements are met. We train the users and in fulfilling the requirements initially defined for the product or later changed for the product. And the hand-holding period ensures that the users are fully equipped to realize the requirements through the software product, using the software product. And summarizing the above discussion, during the pre-project phase, we establish a need for the system. We don't really go through the detailed requirements, but we only establish the need, and that is based on the preliminary requirements of the end users, so that the project can be approved and the project can be spawned. During the requirements phase, we elicit and gather requirements, analyze them, and establish the requirement requirements for the project so that software design can begin and be completed based on the established requirements. During the software design phase, we ensure that all the established requirements are included in the software design so that construction phase could realize all the requirements. Approved means modified, added, postponed, deleted. During the software construction phase, we realize all the established requirements in the software product and implement any and all change requests received from any of the stakeholders. During the testing phase, we ensure that all requirements are indeed built into the software product and there are no defects that can be detected through the planned testing. See, I have dealt in the quality assurance video that 100% testing is impractical. Nobody has done it so far, and I'm sure nobody will do it in the future unless people have very deep pockets and unlimited funding and time, which is not the case practically. During the acceptance testing phase, we ensure that all requirements are met, all defined requirements, approved requirements, changed requirements are all met, including the added modified requirements to the satisfaction of the customer. The customer is to be satisfied. During the installation and commissioning phase, we train the end users to utilize the software product to accomplish their objectives efficiently. We handhold them to make them experts in using it to realize their stated requirements. In the design phase, construction phase, and testing phase, we also manage the change requests received in addition to the activities stated above. The traceability matrix for the requirements is created during requirements phase and updated in all phases except in acceptance testing phase, where we only verify that. And friends, I thank you once again for watching my video on requirements engineering through software development lifecycle. The next will be on best practices and pitfalls in requirements engineering. Of course, my book contains much more detail than what I have spoken here, given the details here. So possible, take a look at it and read it, acquire it and read it. And I thank you very much.